Welcome to the world of world building. Did you know that over 70% of readers say the setting of a story is as important as the characters? That's right, creating a world isn't just an afterthought. It's a crucial part of storytelling that can make or break your story. Imagine J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter without Hogwarts, or J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings without Middle-earth. Their settings are so vivid and detailed that they almost feel like characters themselves. Here's a shocking fact. According to a survey, 85% of readers are more engaged with stories that have well-developed settings. And if you think it's just about drawing maps or naming places, think again. In this video, we'll dive deep into 6 powerful techniques for crafting immersive worlds. We'll explore how to create maps that captivate, design cultures that feel alive, and invent languages that enrich your story. We'll even uncover how to build magical systems and ecosystems that add depth and intrigue. Ready to transform your storytelling? Buckle up, and let's embark on a journey to create worlds that are as unforgettable as your characters. The secrets of world building await you. Chapter 1. Map Magic. Crafting geographies that captivate. Creating a captivating map starts with understanding your story. What's the setting? A bustling city, a remote island, or perhaps an enchanted forest? Knowing this helps you decide what features your map needs. Start with a rough sketch. Don't worry about perfection. Just get the basics down. Think about the terrain. Are there mountains, rivers, or deserts? These natural features can shape your story's plot and characters. Speaking of rivers, did you know that most major cities in our world are built around water sources? Think London, Paris, and New York. Waterways are crucial for trade and survival. Use this fact to add realism to your map. Now, let's talk about climate. Climate influences how people live. A harsh, icy tundra will have different challenges than a tropical paradise. Consider how the weather affects daily life and events in your story. Unique tip: create a landmark that stands out. It could be a massive tree, a towering mountain, or a mysterious ruin. J.R.R. Tolkien did this with Mount Doom in The Lord of the Rings. It became a pivotal point in the story. Incorporate scale into your map. Are the distances between places realistic? This affects travel time and story pacing. Remember, in Game of Thrones, the journey from Winterfell to King's Landing isn't a short walk. Add names to your locations. Names give places identity and character. Use a mix of easy-to-pronounce and unique names. J.K. Rowling did this perfectly with places like Hogwarts and Diagon Alley. Consider cultural influences on geography. Different cultures adapt to their environment uniquely. In Frank Herbert's Dune, the desert setting deeply influenced the Freeman culture and lifestyle. Chapter 2. History in the Making. Weaving rich backstories. A rich backstory makes your world feel lived in. It's like discovering the hidden depths of an iceberg. What lies beneath the surface is what truly makes it fascinating. Start with a timeline. When did significant events happen? Think of it like setting milestones. These events shape the present of your story. Consider major events like wars, revolutions, or natural disasters. For example, the Great War in The Wheel of Time series created lasting impacts on the world and its inhabitants. Unique fact: people love stories about lost civilizations. Atlantis, for instance, continues to captivate our imagination. Create a lost civilization with its own legends and mysteries. Religion and mythology add depth too. Look at how the gods and myths in Rick Riordan's books shape the modern world. They provide a rich tapestry of lore. Don't forget about famous figures. Heroes, villains, and leaders from the past can influence current events. J.R.R. Martin's Targaryen dynasty in A Song of Ice and Fire is a great example. Economy shapes society. Think about trade routes, resources, and wealth distribution. The Silk Road influenced many cultures and their histories. Your world can have its own version of this. Language evolution is key. How has language changed over time? J.R.R. Tolkien created entire languages for his world. Even a few unique words can add authenticity. Write about everyday life. What did people eat, wear, and celebrate? Small details make your world relatable and believable. Consider historical documents. Maybe there are old books, inscriptions, or relics that hold secrets. Indiana Jones found clues in ancient texts. Your characters can too. Unique quote. History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. Winston Churchill. Your backstory is your chance to shape history. Conflicts and resolutions are central. How did past conflicts shape alliances and enmities? Think of how historical grudges impact today's politics. Incorporate myths and legends. They can be stories told to children or ancient prophecies. Myths add a layer of mystery and wonder. End your chapter with a hook. Leave your audience wanting more. Hint at a historical event that will play a crucial role in your story's climax. Chapter 3, Culturecraft, Designing Diverse Societies. Creating diverse societies is key to making your world feel real. Different cultures add depth and variety. Start by thinking about what makes each culture unique. It could be their traditions, food, clothing, or beliefs. Consider their values. What is important to them? Are they warriors who value strength or artists who cherish creativity? In Avatar, The Last Airbender, the Water Tribe values community and family, while the Fire Nation values power and control. Language plays a big role too. Different cultures might have their own languages or dialects. Even creating a few unique phrases can make your culture stand out. J.R.R. Tolkien's Elvish languages add a rich layer to his world. Think about their daily life. What do they eat? What are their routines? The hobbits in The Lord of the Rings love simple, hearty meals and a peaceful life. These details make them relatable and real. Festivals and celebrations are a great way to showcase culture. What holidays do they celebrate? In George R.R. Martin's world, the Tourney of the Hand is a significant event, showing the culture of Westeros. Don't forget social structures. How are their societies organized? Are they democratic, monarchies, or something else? The caste system in The Hunger Games defines much of the social interaction and tension. Unique fact: in many cultures, storytelling is a communal activity. Think about how your societies pass down stories. Do they have bards, like in medieval Europe, or elders who tell tales, like in many African cultures? Religion and spirituality shape societies too. Do they worship gods, spirits, or nature? The Dothraki in Game of Thrones worship the Great Stallion, which influences their nomadic lifestyle. Clothing can also signify cultural identity. What do people wear? In Dune, the Freemen wear stillsuits to conserve water, essential for survival in the desert. Think about their architecture. Do they build grand temples, simple huts, or towering skyscrapers? The architecture of the Na'vi in Avatar is closely tied to their natural environment. Unique quote: culture is the widening of the mind and of the spirit. Jawaharlal Nehru. Designing cultures broadens your story's horizons. Interactions between cultures can add conflict and richness. How do different societies view each other? The tension between elves and dwarves in The Lord of the Rings adds an interesting dynamic. Chapter 4, Language Law, Inventing Dialects and Slang. Language is a powerful tool in storytelling. It can add authenticity and depth to your world. Start by thinking about the basics. What languages are spoken in your world? Are there common languages or multiple dialects? Consider how languages evolve. Over time, languages change. English today is very different from Shakespeare's time. This evolution can add realism to your world. Create some key phrases or words. Even a few unique words can make your language feel real. In Dune, the term Muad'Dib is iconic and gives a sense of the Freeman culture. Think about slang. Slang makes language feel alive and current. How do your characters talk informally? In Firefly, characters use a mix of English and Chinese, adding a unique flavor to their dialogue. Dialect can show regional differences. Different areas might have distinct ways of speaking. In Game of Thrones, the accents of the North and the South are noticeably different, reflecting their cultures. Unique fact: there are about 7,000 languages spoken in the world today. This diversity can inspire you to create varied and rich languages in your story. Language can also reflect social status. In many societies, the way you speak can indicate your position. Think of the formal speech of the nobility versus the slang of the common folk in Downton Abbey. Invent some proverbs or sayings. These can add wisdom and cultural depth. In The Wheel of Time, the saying, "The wheel weaves as the wheel wills," is a common phrase that reflects the series' themes. Consider naming conventions. How are names structured? In Star Wars, names like Skywalker or Kenobi have a unique sound that fits the universe. Think about written language too. Do they use an alphabet, runes, or symbols? The intricate writing system in Avatar, The Last Airbender, adds depth to its world. Unique quote: "A different language is a different vision of life." Federico Fellini. Creating a language gives you a new way to see your world. Language can be a plot device. Maybe there's a secret language only some characters know. In the Da Vinci Code, understanding Latin and ancient languages is key to solving the mystery. Chapter 5: Mystical Mechanics, Defining Magic Systems and Technologies. Creating a unique magic system or advanced technology can set your story apart. Start by deciding the source. Where does the magic or technology come from? Is it natural, learned, or an ancient secret? Define the rules. Every system needs rules. In Harry Potter, spells require specific words and wand movements. Clear rules make your system believable. Consider limitations. What can't magic or technology do? In Fullmetal Alchemist, alchemy follows the law of equivalent exchange. Limitations create tension and challenge for your characters. Unique fact: in many cultures, magic is seen as a natural force. For example, in ancient Egypt, Heka was the deity of magic and medicine, believed to be a fundamental power of the universe. Think about the cost. What does using magic or technology take from the user? In The Wheel of Time, using the wand power can be dangerous and exhausting. Costs add stakes to the story. Create a unique mechanic. Something that makes your system stand out. In Mistborn, characters ingest metals to gain powers. This inventive mechanic makes the world memorable. Consider societal impact. How does magic or technology affect daily life and social structures? In Star Wars, advanced technology shapes politics, travel, and warfare. Unique quote: "Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic." Arthur C. Clarke. This idea can blur the lines in your world, making it even more intriguing. Think about training and learning. How do characters acquire these abilities? In Avatar, The Last Airbender, bending abilities are learned through discipline and practice. Introduce artifacts or devices. Objects imbued with power can add depth. The One Ring in The Lord of the Rings is a central magical artifact driving the plot. Consider natural elements. Is your system tied to nature? In The Witcher, magic is connected to natural elements like earth, fire, and water. Think about history. What's the origin story of your magic or technology? In Dune, the Butlerian Jihad led to the prohibition of thinking machines, shaping the use of technology. Create conflicts around your system. Maybe there are opposing views on its use. In The Hunger Games, advanced technology is a tool of oppression for the capital. Make it evolve. How does your system change over time? In The Expanse, the proto-molecule technology evolves, bringing new challenges and discoveries. Chapter 6: Ecosystem Enchantment, Building Flora and Fauna. Creating a vibrant ecosystem can bring your world to life. Start by thinking about the environment. What kind of landscapes exist? Forests, deserts, mountains. Each environment hosts unique flora and fauna. Consider the climate. Climate affects what can grow and live in an area. Tropical climates support lush rainforests, while arid climates support hardy cacti and reptiles. Unique fact: the Amazon rainforest, which covers only 1% of the Earth's surface, is home to 10% of the world's known species. This shows how diverse and rich an ecosystem can be. Create unique plants. Think about their appearance, uses, and how they fit into the ecosystem. In Avatar, Pandora's flora is bioluminescent, adding a magical feel to the world. Consider how plants affect daily life. Do they have medicinal properties? In Harry Potter, herbs like mandrake and gillyweed are crucial for various potions and spells. Invent unique animals. Think about their behavior, diet, and role in the ecosystem. The direwolves in Game of Thrones are not only unique but also symbolize the Stark family. Consider symbiotic relationships. How do species interact? In Dune, the sandworms and the spice melange have a crucial symbiotic relationship. Unique quote: "In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. Aristotle. This reminds us of the wonder that flora and fauna can bring to a story. Think about domestication. Are any animals tamed or used by your characters? In Star Wars, tauntauns are used as mounts on the ice planet Hoth. Create predators and prey. This adds realism and complexity. The cycle of life is a powerful theme, as seen in The Lion King. Consider mythical creatures. Inventing creatures with magical properties can add excitement. In Harry Potter, creatures like the hippogriff and the basilisk are unforgettable. Think about the food chain. What do creatures eat, and who eats them? This can shape interactions and conflicts in your world. Consider how flora and fauna adapt. How do they survive in their environment? In The Hunger Games, trackerjackers are genetically modified wasps with deadly venom. Unique fact: some plants can talk to each other through chemical signals. This idea can inspire magical communication methods in your story. Create environmental challenges. How do characters interact with the ecosystem? In The Martian, Mark Watney's survival depends on understanding and manipulating Mars's environment. Think about conservation and exploitation. How do societies treat their environment? In Avatar, the clash between the Na'vi and the humans revolves around the exploitation of Pandora's resources.